Hi everyone, it's Laura with Pampered Chef. I'm going to show you a really easy way to do pork chops. But would you like to know why moms lose their minds? Would you like to know why? Because when you go into the fridge to look for stuff, this is what you find. You think it's a full bottle, but then you pull it out and there's not even, I think there's maybe a tablespoon in there. That's why moms lose their minds. That's why moms lose their minds. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna share with you how I shop a little bit. Is I always shop the reduced section. I find a lot of great meat deals there because that meat is not bad. It's just getting to the point where consumers get a little antsy. The sell by date is actually tomorrow, so this is still just fine. So let me show you what I'm doing. These are bone-in pork chops, which typically are not something that I go for because I like the boneless, but you always pay more for something that is done for you. So by buying something that has the bone in, you're saving yourself money. So there's two kinds of people, right? Well, there's more than that. But let's go for I want to save time or I want to save money. So you have to pick and choose which one you are. And I don't know, but my kid will be 14 soon. And I feel like I'm kind of in I got to save some money life. And because it's never ending with his eating. So we just adapt. So we have 4 pork chops. And what we're going to do first is we have our binder, okay? But I want to talk to you a little bit about why you salt. My air is blowing on this. You salt not just at the end. So what happens is when you salt at the end of your recipe, that's what hits your tongue immediately. And you say, holy moly, that's really salty, or that's a little bland. You want to salt throughout the cooking process because cold things actually, especially meat, absorb that salt. So coarse salt, when you add it to your meat at the beginning of the process, you're not going to oversalt it, okay? It creates a crust on it, it creates flavor, and it gets absorbed. It's not going to oversalt, I promise. If you need to experiment, I totally get that. But start salting at the beginning of your cooking process. Don't wait to just the end, okay? So here we go. So we're gonna take our coarse salt, and I actually have some brown sugar. I don't have very much. And we're gonna take some Pampered Chef garlic. We're gonna put that in right there, okay? And I also have our 3 onion rub. So you guys, I have to tell you, so my kid hates onions, and every single time I use the 3 onion rub, I feel like I'm just this mom that's like, haha, I'm using onions. Anyway, sorry. I didn't say I was a very mature person. So now we're gonna add some paprika. There is some flavor in paprika, but it's also more for color to really give you a rich color. So we're gonna add some salt to our pork chops. And I know some of you are probably freaking out like, oh my God, that's so much salt. But it's really not because it gets absorbed right into the meat. Now, these are called rubs for a reason, okay? Because you're actually, yes, you have to touch it, okay? But we're gonna rub in the seasonings and our binder, okay? So yes, you do have to get your hands a little bit dirty. Now, you can use oil as a binder, but remember, oil adds some calories, and it's just not necessary. You're just needing something for your seasonings and your salt to stick to, okay? So you don't have to, that's what we're doing. That's why I'm using mustard. You can get fancy and use a stone ground mustard. You can do whatever you want. But this is your binder. This helps keep your seasonings attached to your meat, okay? Now, as you can see, I have little parchment papers. I got those off of Amazon. I mean, you can use regular parchment or whatever, but this kind of helps the whole cleanup process. That's all that does, okay? So, because I'm a little lazy and, well, I have a teenager who, even though he does a good job, you guys, I give him a lot of crap, but come on, he'll be 14. So, all right. So, here's our blend of rub, okay? So we just take this and we're just going to rub this on, okay? And we're gonna let it sit out for a little bit, okay? I'm not gonna put this in the air fryer right away because the boys are not home. So I don't want to cook this and then be cold. So you don't have to add the brown sugar, but this does as, oh my gosh, I can't talk. It adds a nice flavor to it. There's lots of variations. You could take a Tex-Mex, which I have, which is really good from Pampered Chef. If you want spice, add some spice. There's not a lot of rules. You can do whatever you want. That's the cool part about cooking, but it is a little messy. So this is, I'm gonna take some saran wrap and I am going to put this, just saran wrap it in, I'm gonna take just a big bowl and put this right in. I was gonna leave it right on the counter, but I have a 1-year-old husky puppy that loves to take stuff right off the counters. I can't even tell you how much food and stuff we have lost over this last year because of that. So, we're washing my hands, guys. Make sure no cross-contamination, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. Now the apricot, my friend Bill and Janet, for our anniversary every year, they give us a jar of homemade jam or whatever jelly they can every year. And so, isn't that sweet? So I have some apricot from last year. So I'm gonna take this and put it on after these get cooked. And then the last minute or two, I'll put them in the air fryer and bake them at about 350 for about 12 minutes. And I'll rotate them halfway. And then at the last minute or so, I'll put this on just to kind of get it nice and hot and caramelized. But you can definitely use store brand. But this is remind me of our friends. So, but that's, do you guys like apricot on your pork chops? I've also had applesauce. What do you like on your pork chops? How do you cook yours? Share below. See you guys later. And thank you. Remember very much to, if you like my videos, like them, share them. It really helps me out without even buying anything. So thank you so much. Have a great Wednesday. Bye.